I'd hate to see anybody just have to work all their life and then it's over.
But why do they do that, Paul? I think the biggest thing's debt. Okay, and people go into so much debt in their life that they're sitting there, and I know you have to borrow some money sometimes on some things if you just do. I understand some of that, but there should be an end to it.
Yeah.
And I've told my family, I said, if you'd quit buying them new vehicles, you wouldn't have to work so hard. Okay, and right. I kid them all the time about it. I mean, and I don't mean I'm going to drive junk, but I mean the thing about it is debt. To me, true success is freedom. Okay,
right.
Freedom. You be able to be free to go do stuff and enjoy each other, and enjoy the family, and do things. I mean, freedom for me is Janice and I saying, "Are we going to drive to Ohio next week to watch that boy play ball?" Yeah. To me, right. That's freedom. Yes. Okay, and I think if you sort of watch the way you live, okay, and I do like things. I'd like to have a new pickup. I'd like to have but I cannot think of a reason to get one. Okay, my old truck runs 160,000 miles. I put brakes on it the other day. First time I've ever put brakes on it. The thing about it, I think about it, Janice's car's got 113,000 miles on it, but she only drives it 2 to 3 times a month. And I'm thinking, a Cadillac lasts forever. And I'm thinking, and we say, well, we talk about stuff, and we think about things. Y'all don't have a camper, do you?
We have a little pop-up.
Got a little pop-up.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, the one that raises up?
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't nothing but a bag lunch. I mean, gee whiz. You need prayer.
It's a working machine.
Oh Lord! See, I don't know how y'all do that.
Well, we've thought about a big camper. We've looked at big campers. We didn't want to go in debt for a big camper.
Yeah, that's the only thing I do owe for. I do owe for a camper. My kids have to pay mine off.
I like camping. Mm-hmm. It's fun, but it's not my first.
If I think of this, and we have no reason to get another camper. Our camper, it really is no inconvenience. We love it, and we purpose that way to do that. But I mean, you could get not a pop-up, but a solid walled little camper, like one of them 15, 16 foot campers that you can pull easy.
Right.
And something like that you could take and really just use the fire out of it. But we do not camp in the woods because I'm not a hunter or a fisherman. I've never have been, and but we're urban campers. We're asphalt campers. Okay, Janice and I, Cracker Barrel, Walmart. That's where we camp. We don't. We go to the races. We go to Bristol and spend a weekend. We'll go on Thursdays. Camp at Cracker Barrel.
Right.
Then we drive to Kingsport race, and we'll drive over at Coburn to the race, and we'll go to the lake and ride. Then we'll come back home Monday or something like that. And for us, it's like a vacation.
Yeah.
Well, we're boondock campers.
Uh-huh.
We go back in the boonies.
Yeah.
I got to have my generator, and potty, and everything.
Right. See, I have to have, my camper. I'm set up, with the generator. I mean, I got everything. And I also got the big Jackery units. You use those?
What's it called?
It's Jackery. What it is, you plug them in, you charge them up, and they got the 110 volts on it. Huh. I've got 3 of them. I've got one that I can actually plug my camper into if I want to. Run my camper. But those are the best things in the world, man. They're so handy because Janice plugs are. But I've got generator and everything in the camper. But I mean, it's the neatest because you got 110 all the time, and I'll carry 50 gallon of water with me, and we've never run out of water one time, but we'll leave and go to Florida. We try to stay out like 2 weeks and come home a week. Stay out 2 weeks.
That sounds like fun.
Now our pop-up, you crank it up and it's all good.
Lord.
It looks good.
Oh Lord, he said.
And then
y'all please pray for me. I mean,
it was probably so much work because we've had it since
it was a lot of work.
17, 18, but
you actually bought it for you and Scott to go.
We go
camping,
fishing,
and then of course I kind of wanted to go a couple times.
We have taken the grandkids, and it was work.
Yeah,
it was fun.
But it was fun.
Memories.
It would be more fun if you wasn't a bag lunch. If you was in something that had walls and a door. I mean, I don't know. And I used one of them one time, okay? And I don't know. First thing, there's no really good toilet.
No.
Okay, and I don't. I know, Paul, you probably don't, but I carry my bathroom with me. At 66 years old, I'm very careful on stuff, A while back, I thought I was going through somewhere. Janice and I was driving. We were somewhere in the South, like 6 lanes of traffic.
Wow.
And I was driving, and I said, I got to go to the bathroom. She said, well, you can't pull over here. I said, honey, I got my bathroom with me, and I have to go. And I'm in the South. So I just eased over 6 lanes of traffic, pulled right over to the side and went to the bathroom, put my signal light on. People moved. I pulled right back out and went on.
There you
I
go.
said, who's your daddy now?
Yeah.
Who's your daddy
I
now?
said, but I mean, I've camped all kinds of ways, okay, and I've lived in campers.
Yeah.
I've been gypsied, okay, but we really like we've got just like a Class C motorhome, and we bought it. We always had pool campers.
Mm-hmm.
We always kept a pool camper, big fifth wheel and stuff like that. But this thing, because I can pull in and never have to get out.
Right.
Hit the button and we do, like you said, now our camper's not great big, it's like 30 feet or something, but anyway, but Janice goes back in the back and I come up front in my chair, and I watch TV on my iPad and I sit there and she goes back and reads her book at night. We switch out, we switch around. I take my nap.
Yeah.
Then when I'm done taking a nap, I come to the front. She goes to the back.
Have a little separation.
And we're just as happy,
Yeah.
And the thing about it too is we pull over going down the road. If we get sleepy, we just pull over. And I said, let's pull over. And I don't pull to a Walmart because it got to cost me too much. I go to the Dollar Tree. I look for a Dollar General or Dollar Tree so she don't spend so much money, because while I'm napping, she's inside shopping. And so, but I mean, I think people camping is fun. It really is. And like I said, but I don't camp like y'all do back in the woods.
Right.
Ticks.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, see, we go to Kentucky and we pull it back in on the property there, and my sister and brother still live there, and they let us shower.
Okay.
Thank God. But we have just a good time.
Yeah.
And when the grandkids were smaller, they would have their motorcycles and everything, and it was just
And golf cart. We'll take you.
yeah, just a good time. Stay up all night.
Yeah. Party. I understand.
Yeah.
I know people like y'all.
Yeah.
I don't like to camp near them.
Play poker over
He don't want to camp near us.
No, I don't want to camp near a bunch of wild people. Janice is not sociable anyway. She's not. Yeah. Once I get her started, she's sociable. I don't know if y'all like it, but she don't. She's not real sociable. And once I get her out and get her talking to people, she's a chatterbox.
Yeah.
But a little bit, she's funny. We was watching a video the other day about the villages in Florida. You ever see that?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I mean, I couldn't never afford no house or nothing there. I couldn't afford the HOA. But she said Janice was watching. I could see her start to sort of quiver as she was watching it. She said, I just don't know. I wouldn't want to be around all them activities, all them people dancing and all that stuff. She said,
I wouldn't either, I don't think.
She's the same way.
Now, you can throw me right in the middle of it. I mean, I was like, hey, how y'all doing?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Can I sing a song?
Now, there's some people I like to be around, but, there's times I just want to be by myself.
Yeah.
And maybe him.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I seen yes. She's not sociable. But I don't know. I think about it a lot. And I think this point in your life, and there's people that are in the same point in life that we are. Mm-hmm. It's important that you cherish the time, okay? Yeah. And you do not take it for granted, the time you have with each other, because I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, gee whiz. I've actually got on my phone, well, that's not my phone, wherever my phone is, I've got a thing on here, okay? And it's a countdown clock. Mm-hmm. And I figured this is a deal. If I make it to 80, I've really probably done good, okay? Because I haven't really been good to myself or anything else. But so I figure I have 4,799 days left. That's 13 years, 1 month, 22 days, 6 hours, 48 minutes, and 13 seconds.
Okay.
What about that?
All right.
Because the Bible said, Lord, teach me to number my days.
Oh, my.
So now if you think about it, say I've got 13 years left.
Yeah.
All right? 13 years, 1 day, 1 month, 22 days, 6 hours. I've just used up some seconds with y'all, 47 minutes. All right, and I look at that, and I think about that. And I've got my kids on here. I told them, I said, it's about how long you're going to make it. And I put him on here. My son-in-law's on here. I'll have to give him this app because he's going to make it longer than me, I'm sure. All my kids will, so I'll have to send them the app. But I think about that because it says teach me, and Janice don't even like to look at it. She said, I don't. But anything after 80, I figure it's a free day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's a free day, Paul. I can just made it.
I've thought that same thing.
I mean, we should really, we should know. And the Bible said, teach me, Lord, to number my days.
Yep.
So when you think about 12 years or 13 years, I mean, they finance cars 12 years now.
Absolutely.
Okay, houses 75 years or whatever. So, I mean.
I do think about that, though. I've got a sister, 86, and 184, and my brother Harvey's getting ready to turn 80, and I got a brother 82, and I just think in my life, I've got good genes. I'm gonna live to up in 80 for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, God's blessed me, and I'm gonna live to, just like you say.
Well, my mom's 84, and she really is healthier than I am. Takes lots of medication, and she's a little mean, but she really goes on. She goes right on just like it ain't, just healthy as can be. And my dad, when he died, he had a heart attack or a stroke. I don't quite know the difference, but he had it 10 years before that, and only had 14% of his heart working when he died. And the last thing he said was, I believe if I could take a nap and rest, I'll be okay. That's what he said. And he was logging and working the day he died. But I mean, and if he would have halfway took care of himself, but he wouldn't go to the doctor, he wouldn't get a checkup, wouldn't do this, probably could have got stent or could have got something, his heart could have done something early on, but I'm not spending no time at the doctor. Now, I go. I go for the blood test. I want everything. Give me the workover, scan my arteries, check my heart. I want to know, I don't want to wake up and say, man, if you'd have just done this.
Well, we had a scare, how many months ago? 5?
Well, 1st October.
Paul didn't feel good. He was having trouble just walking a long distance. I said, okay, we're going to the doctor, and you go ahead and tell what happened.
Well, I had open heart surgery, and I had 95% blockage and a 50% blockage. And the doctor just said, we think it'd be best if you had a bypass instead of putting a stent in. I can't put one in the 50%, but I can 95. So we talked it over, and the 2nd day of October I had the surgery, and tomorrow will be 5 months.
That's pretty good, ain't it?
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm
Ready to go.
ready to go.
Yeah, Janice had 3 stents. Janice has.
Oh, wow.
She had 3 and eats salads and exercises every morning.
Wow.
And I eat a gravy and biscuit every morning. And the doctor told me when they done that scan on my heart, and he said, you might get killed by somebody shooting you, Mr. Dash, or running over you with a truck, but you got the same heart you was born with.
There you go.
And there's no
Wow.
reason. But heredity is so important.
Absolutely.
It's like in horses or dogs or people. It really is. There's things that we have that are hard to fight.
Well, I had 2 of my brothers had open heart surgery in their 50 and then 60s, and then a brother with a stent, a sister with a stent, and my father died with heart attack at 60-some.
Yeah.
So, it's hereditary.
So long, but if you know that, okay, my big thing is I want to first thing, I want to keep movement. And, like I said, I do
Right.
not, I know you said you like going to I don't like to exercise. I don't
Yeah.
like it. I don't enjoy it, but I do it.
Right.
Okay, because I know I need to keep myself moving all the time. I want to keep moving. I want to be able to always take care of myself. I want to be able to defend myself if I need to whip somebody.
Right.
And I need to be able to be there.
Absolutely.
I want to be physical enough to where if somebody comes, I can pick them in the head. Okay, I don't want to, I don't want to have to turn, and I want to be able to do that. Okay. And in my mind, I've probably exceeded more than I can do. But I still yet think about, I want to be able to have motion and be able to move.
Right.
And that's a thing, and going to the why and keeping movement and doing things and making sure we keep moving. Because exercise is not the same as, hard work is not the same as exercise. And we think because you work hard, that's exercise.
Well, that is so true because I never sit down. I mean, I'm a worker.
Yeah.
I go looking for work. And that's probably crazy, but I do. I mean, I love to clean. I love to work in the yard.
Yeah.
And but they told him at rehab that you need to do cardio. So, okay. We will do cardio, even though I've worked 4 hours today. So it is different.
Yeah.
It is very different.
We try to do 40 minutes of cardio. That's what Caleb
Well,
and I
that's the rehab's 40 minutes.
Right.
It's an hour, but we do other little things for 40 minutes on each, 10 minutes and 10. 10. But we walk. When we walk 30 to 40 minutes
Yeah.
nonstop.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, change the subject right here. In 2013, Mother's Day, we had a real scare. Now you can tell him about that.
Yeah, well, I hadn't been feeling good, and I was one of those, like your dad, didn't want to go to the doctor.
Right.
Everything will be fine, and but it wasn't, and I had cancer, and we ended up in Houston, Texas.
For 2 months.
2 months with treatments, and
Yeah.
but I was so determined.
Right.
When they told me that I was sick, I said, okay. And I looked at him and I said, we have served God.
Yeah.
We have read our Bible. We know what the Word says. We've prayed. Now it's time to put that in motion and let it work for me. And so I was just so ready to get there and get started on the treatments.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a journey, but one of my friends, she told me, she said, your pain is not in vain. And that just got me through that because I thought, okay, God's going to do this. And I heard him on the phone that day. We got home, and he was talking to his brother, and he was giving him all the details of what he was, telling the name, and God spoke to me and said, do not give this an address. And I walked in there, and I said, hang the phone up. And he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, this is not here to stay.
Right.
This does not live in this home.
Right. Yeah.
So we got through and had some really good friends that helped us, and the community helped us, and we got through it. And it's been 13 years.
I was like a fish out of water in Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
I could only go 2 miles this way on a transit bus, 2 miles, but we went and got us whatever. It was 2013.
Janice, she had cancer, and we come through, but we told very few people. She wouldn't. We had just a few people that we asked to pray. She's very funny about that. She wouldn't have nobody, just a few people. She wouldn't even have other people pray about it.
Absolutely.
And it's just the way we were. Okay, and when the doctor told us and told me, he had me on the phone and told me what it was, and I said, okay, doc, thank you. And he said, are you not listening to me, Mr. Dash? I said, yes, sir, I am. And he said, this is really bad. And he got to tell me, I said, okay, doc, I understand. He said, I said, do you want me to scream or cry, or what do you got in you? I understand what you said, and I appreciate you. We'll start and do what we need to do, and we'll make it through this.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And we just, we seen that. My youngest daughter got, I had rheumatoid arthritis when I was growing up. But anyway, she got her hands closed up one time when she was little with arthritis. Her hands would close up. She wouldn't open her hands. She played with her fingers like this and wouldn't. So we started praying, Janice only told a few people about it. She wouldn't tell other people about it, even what was going on, because she said, I don't want this unbelief. I don't want, not that you don't like them, okay, but they just didn't want to stir these spirits.
Yeah.
They didn't want to get all this old spirit stirred up, and it's just funny. Ain't
It matters.
Yeah.
It matters.
Yeah.
I was at church the Sunday, it was Mother's Day, and was just preparing for the trip and everything in my spirit and mind, and standing there, and God said, go to the Sunday school room where the little children are. I'm going to cry. And I said, okay,
Yeah.
and have them pray for you. So I went up, and the teacher, I said, can you let me come in and let the kids? And they got in a circle.
Yeah.
And I just told them that I was sick and I needed prayer.
That's beautiful. That's
So
the greatest
it matters
prayer. Yeah.
who touches
Yeah.
and who has access to you in those times.
Yeah.
And I have so many stories to tell that happened in Houston, but it was just remarkable who God sent
Right.
and how God allowed us to minister to
One
people.
small one was, I had taken her, we'd been there maybe 5 weeks, and I had taken her to see the doctor. And the doctor was talking to her, and I think Debbie saw the doctor's face or something, somehow.
Well, she was doing an exam, and I saw the look on her face, and that was only 3 weeks
Okay.
in, and I said, it's not there anymore, is it? And she said, you have to finish your treatments. That's the first thing she said to me. And I went, I'm just saying it's not there, is
Right.
it? And she said, Miss Gentry. And I said, I'm going to finish my treatments. And so, yeah,
It was gone.
it was gone.
Janice's mom had a brain tumor.
Yeah.
And her mom was very negative. She was always negative. She, if you left her house, she's sure you were going to die before you got home in a car wreck all the time. Oh, Lord, especially if it's dark. But we didn't tell her. Okay?
Right.
We didn't tell her. And Janice dared the doctor to tell her or anybody else around. We'd prayed and we believed God. Went back later on. It's gone.
Wow.
Okay? She never even knew she had it.
Wow.
Okay? And I think I don't know. We done something one time, Deb, and I've shared this before. The Lord spoke to me to do it like this. We set up and prayed for people at the church, but we done it every Thursday, I believe it was. I would do it from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock every Thursday, and you had to make an appointment. You didn't just come; you had to make an appointment. We gave 30 minutes. We pray for you. What we done know, we let you meet with the intercessor over in the parsonage and talk to them. Then they brought you over to us. We set you in a chair and we prayed for you. Okay? We had that 30-minute block. You had to make an appointment. We would not pray for people. And if you missed your appointment, you missed it.
Wow.
But it put the importance and the level of respect upon prayer.
Right.
And we've seen so many miracles happen in people's lives. I mean, there's just miracles that happen very simply. And what I done was let the intercessor tell me what was wrong with them,
Right.
not them, because I didn't want to hear all that rigmarole. I said, you tell me what we need to pray for in this person's life. And we just seen, and I don't know, man. And I find this too. There's so many things in my life that I don't pray for that I see God do. I studied one time for 2 years on God the Father. And I began to think about as a father, how much you love your children, rotten as we are. So I thought, man, if I'm like that, imagine how God really is. And I began to get a different look at things. And I found so many great things in my life that I don't have to get up every morning and plead the blood over and scream about it and jump on one leg, because He is God the Father. And He's looking to do great things for me in my life and great things for you. And it brings a peace, doesn't it? What do you think?
It does. Absolutely brings a peace. I mean, I trust in God for everything. I mean, I share everything with her, and then we'll pray for the kids, and then we'll pray for each other. And if I don't pray the right for the right thing, she'll pray, and
Right.
then she'll get it.
Right.
And it's just how we believe. We've
Yeah.
always been like
And
that.
John, I'm all about the man. Now I'm
Right.
very vocal, and I'm very, I can pray and sit and talk and
Right.
do, but I know we were in a battle long ago, and I was just tired of fighting that battle. I mean, it was just like, okay, when is this going to be over? And so I got really mad, and I went into him and I said, you better do something. And he said, what do you want me to do? And I said, you are the man of this house.
Right.
You are the protector of this family, and you better go get on your knees and seek God on what to do here.
Yeah.
Because I guess I was just so worn out with it, and I didn't think he was doing what he needed to be doing.
Right. Yeah.
So, and I'm just a believer in that, in the men, in the head of the household.
Yeah.
God put it in order.
Yes, ma'am.
It's an order, and it's not for us to get the order out of order.
Yeah.
And I had a good friend, Patsy Lowe. Did you ever know?
Yeah,
did
sure
you know
did.
Patsy
Yeah,
Lowe?
yeah. I knew. She was actually at one point in my life. Patsy was kin to me. My uncle was married to her sister.
Y'all probably lived in the same area. over
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Where she was.
I love Patsy Lowe.
Mm-hmm.
She is my go-to. I don't get to see her anymore, but I still go to her on Messenger when I need prayer. But she was just such a mentor to me.
Right.
And she told me one time, she said, know your place. You're the mother. You're the one that comforts and nurtures, and just know your place and let Paul have his place. And I said, well, he's not in there praying. And she's like, Debbie, she's like, he's praying. You're wanting to,
Right.
have it all in front of you, but you don't see his quiet times and his. But she just taught me so much in this spiritual way of a mother and a wife.
Yeah.
And I think our young kids need that today so much, because there's a lot of single women that's raising children right now, and that's no fault of their own, but it needs to be known that the men, if you are in a